Hello and welcome to The Update. I'm Michelle Stevenson. Sydney's COVID lockdown has been extended by a fortnight, but it could go longer if case numbers don't drop dramatically. School students will also keep learning from home after another 97 cases emerged overnight, including 24 who were infectious while in the community. Premier Gladys Berejiklian says she doesn't have a crystal ball to predict when this lockdown will end.
We will know at the end of 2 weeks to what extent we need to extend the lockdown, whether there's any chance of face-to-face schooling. There's a number of issues that we won't know until we have further data.
Victorian health authorities aren't ruling out tightening restrictions after 8 new local cases were recorded today. 2 separate chains of transmission have been identified. One of those is linked to a crew of infected Sydney removalists. COVID Commander Jerome Weimer says the other is from a Hume family who had returned from Sydney.
We've got 2 sets of incursions that we're now dealing with. They're bigger now than they were yesterday. That's disappointing and frustrating. Equally, I think collectively as a Victorian community, I'm confident we can get on top of it. But if we need to bring additional weapons to bear to fight them off, then we'll do that.
The MCG has also been listed as an exposure site after a man in his 60s went to the Geelong-Carlton clash while infectious. Well, WA has tightened border restrictions with Victoria, effective immediately. Travellers will be required to self-quarantine for 14 days upon their arrival. Meantime, there are fears a new case of COVID in South Australia could be the result of a leak in hotel quarantine. A man in his 40s was in a room opposite to a positive case, prompting 5 others on that floor to restart their 14-day quarantine. The lawyer for a woman accused of contaminating strawberries with needles says his client is relieved that prosecutors have dropped charges against her. The 53-year-old had been due to face trial in Brisbane this week over the 2018 scare. And Google has been slapped with a near $1 billion fine by competition regulators in France for failing to negotiate in good faith with news organisations over the use of their content. To sport now, when Richmond has confirmed Trent Cotchin will play against Brisbane at the MCG Friday night, despite a recent form slump in the AFL. In entertainment news, Halsey is making a new film to chart her pregnancy journey. If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power will be released alongside her upcoming album. Britney Spears has hit back at her alleged conservatorship restrictions on Instagram. In the now deleted post, the singer took a swipe at the fact that she wasn't allowed to even get her nails done. And singer Olivia Rodrigo is heading to the White House to meet with US President Joe Biden and encourage young people to get the COVID vaccine. She's been recruited to front a new government campaign to highlight the importance of getting the jab. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.